Hi, welcome to a very special week of Chili Chunn. We're going to celebrate Labor Day in a completely protracted and unnecessarily long fashion. I welcome you to Laborfest. And so, what we're going to do, we're going to begin the week. And so, I've got beautiful, cold, cheap beer. I've got coals ready in the grill. I've got the world's hottest Wagyu ribeye ready to cook, and quite a few other things besides. And so we're going to have a very fun week. So stick around. We're going to be eating homegrown ghost peppers. We're going to be crowning the Superhot hot sauce champion. We're going to be tasting hot sauces from subscribers, eating the world's hottest steak. It's going to be an awesome week. So stick around as we light the torch of recreation. On Chili Chunn, Laborfest 2018. All right, here on the first day of Laborfest, I thought it'd be fun to kind of make something that hasn't really been made before. So I've got, this is a Wagyu bone-in ribeye from a beautiful cow that was cut into little pieces at our command. And I think what we're going to do is infuse this with an incredibly spicy marinade and try to make the world's hottest Wagyu in celebration of Laborfest. And so I've got a few things. I've got my steak. I've got my bag to marinate it in. I've got two sauces. Exhorresco for beautiful black garlic and maple, but also incredible 7-pot heat. And then ghost pepper, which adds another smoky element, which I think will go well because we're going to cook it on this here barbecue. Yeah, and I've got a few peppers to go in the marinade as well. And garlic. But I've got these two are beautiful ghost peppers from the garden, along with a very gnarly large Carolina Reaper, a Scotch bonnet, and a habanero. And I'm just going to chunk these up and throw them in the bag. I think it'll just add a nice element of heat. And also like beautiful fresh pepper flavor to the proceedings. All right. Oh no, my habanero's no good. That's why you cut them up first. Never pop a whole pod without looking at it first. You just never know what kind of gnarliness you're going to get. So we're going to go sans habanero, I guess, for this one. But we still have our Scotch bonnet, we still have two ghosts, and we still have a Reaper. So I don't think we'll be hurting for peppers. And I'm also going to chunk up my garlic as well. And it's not going to, this isn't going to go on the barbecue with the steak, these peppers and stuff. But sitting in a bag with this thing for several hours with this is going to be pretty spicy, I think. And so I'm just going to scoop up all my peppers, except for my stem, and toss them into my marinade bag, along with my garlic. And I can already smell that beautiful garlic and the rich chili aroma. All right, so we got a beautiful bag of peppers there. And then we're going to add our beautiful Wagyu bone-in ribeye to the bag. Boom. And then lastly, we're going to take our beautiful bottle of Exhorresco and add a fair bit. Not the whole bottle, but I think we're going with about a third of a bottle. Again, it's not all going to go like, in the barbecue pit, but you'd be surprised how much moisture these things will soak up. And then I'm going to add also a good hearty squirt of Yellowbird ghost pepper, which will add a smoky element, a little tanginess, a sweetness, which I think will go with the maple and the Exhorresco really well. All right, so we're sealing this bag up, and then I'm going to give it a good rub, partially to get the marinade all over the steak, but also to make sure you want to kind of scuff up and bruise up these peppers, because that'll get them to release their oils into the steak. So we're going to kind of just smash it around like that until we get a nice good coating of everything on our steak. Yeah. All right. So now we've got one steak from hell in a bag, ready to marinate, or is marinating. And we're going to give this a few hours while we engage in some of the other festivities that Laborfest has to offer. And then we'll come back. And for dinner, we're going to have the world's hottest Wagyu on Chili Chunn. All right, are you ready to cook the world's hottest Wagyu? I am. Got our Ziploc bag. It's been marinating for about 6 hours in our mixture. Ooh, it smells really delicious, but man, that's a pretty potent aroma coming out of there too. Lots of big chunks of pepper stuck to the steak. Oh, beautiful steak though. Our coals are just rocket hot, and that's the way you need to be. So we're gonna go right on with our bone-in Wagyu ribeye. There we go. Dude, the smell coming off of that thing is fantastic. It does smell spicy. So I think in the flip we're going to lose some of our pepper chunks, but I'll try to preserve them as best I can, but no promises. But I'm going for a medium rare, I think. But I like the coals nice and close like that because it gets you a really, really good sear, a really, really good caramelization on the meat. And then I like to marinate it for a few hours at room temperature with lots and lots and lots of very intense garlic. This is a good life that we have, you know what I'm saying? Probably 3 or 4 minutes before we flip it. We may have to flip it again. I usually am a little. I fight hard not to be paranoid when I'm cooking steak, but here and now on camera, I'm extra paranoid, and I'm working through a little stomach cramp from the ghost pepper I had. I'm not sure if this will be before or after in the video timeline, but it was earlier today. I wanted the ghost peppers off my plant, and that was something's wrong with my plants. They're just angrier than normal. Ooh. Yeah, you see the little flames kicking up? You get the little droplets of beef fat that are hitting the coals and creating this smoke that creates a one-of-a-kind flavor that you really can't get anywhere else. Oh god, excuse me, dude. The fumes are powerful, especially now with some of these peppers hitting the grill. Ah. So yeah, once we get like some pretty good marks on it, I'm gonna let it coast for a little bit, and then we're gonna hit it with a tiny bit of smoke off to the side. Drop some wet wood chips on there, kick it off the side. Get just not long, a couple minutes of smoke on it, and then after that, we're gonna take it out and let it rest. And dude, we're gonna have a phenomenally hot, very delicious meal, I think. I'm curious to see how much heat it actually imparts to marinate it for this long in something so hot. You know, the mixture of Exhorresco and Yellowbird ghost pepper, along with some pretty intense selection of peppers as well. I like them with the bone in a little more. It satisfies like a very hardcore caveman craving, but also at the same time, like I think it imparts a little more flavor to the meat, and plus it gives your dog something to do when you're done with your steak. Isn't that fun? Mm. How are you celebrating Laborfest this year? Um, I believe this is a video that's going to air on Labor Day, I think. I wrote it down, but I haven't looked in a little while. But yeah, if it is, I hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. Maybe sitting out by a pool, watching this on your phone, feet kicked up, maybe eating spicy beef jerky on your porch of your beach house, or maybe, just maybe, you're cooking the world's hottest Wagyu also. In which case, you think you beat me, but you didn't. I can prove that. Yeah, I'm starting to get it right about. Man, dude, seriously, you catch a whiff of that, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, we're about to have just the right level of cook, I think. And so we're going to take this off, kick it over to the side, retrieve. Oh, come on. Get that piece of garlic. Retrieve that pepper. Yeah, rescue our peppers, the ones that are rescuable. Some of them are not. I don't think she is. No. All right. So yeah, what we're going to do is hit it with, these are some soaked wood chips of Tabasco sauce barrels, the oak barrels they cook them in. Thought it was appropriate. And we're going to pour the cooling liquid on the fire. Just get a little bit of smoke on it. There's some powerful fumes. And then I'll cook the steak a little bit further. I fear this one might be a little bit overdone. It's a pretty thin steak. This is our first time using a taxidermist to, carve up an entire cow. We bought a Wagyu cow. We paid the person to chop it up, put it in little baggies, and so we got these steaks. Just arrived this week. But yeah, I see the smoke starting to come. I'm gonna close the smokestack. There's a little crack right here, but that's okay. That's because look, I had hiked up my my grill bed to get the coals as close to the steak as I could. But yeah, once we get this with just a minute of smoke, we're gonna take it out, rest it, and then oh boy, I can't wait to eat this. It's gonna be cool. All right, I think our steak's ready. So I'm gonna take my plate of doom. Yeah, retrieve it. I lowered my fire. Let the wood chips generate some smoke for a little bit. Cook the steak a little more. And now I'm taking off this beautiful Wagyu bone-in ribeye, covered in Carolina Reapers and ghost peppers and just some craziness and Exhorresco and ghost pepper, Yellowbird, and some garlic. Get off and fly. And we're gonna let this rest for a couple minutes, so that all the juices can kind of settle, and also so I can move all my crap to a new videoing location. And we're gonna dive into the steak, man. Oh, it smells awesome. Hang tight. All right, so it's time to dive into the world's hottest Wagyu bone-in ribeye, at least documented. So yeah, it's been marinating in Exhorresco and Yellowbird ghost pepper for 6 hours with a couple Carolina Reapers, a couple ghost peppers, some other chilies, Scotch bonnet, just for good measure, and then cooked over highly aggressive charcoal. And you really can't taste the pepper or smell the peppers. Delicious garlic smell, but man, well, it could be part of wafting from these slices of pods here on the steak too. But oh man, you can really taste the Exhorresco. A black garlic umami taste. And it's got an interesting kind of way to burn. It's very slow how it creeps into your mouth. But it is hot. A creeping, burning sensation. Really delicious flavor, dude. The yuzu and the black garlic, the umami of both, and also the smokiness of the Yellowbird. I think kind of go really well with the flavor of the steak. So I'm gonna cut a little farther in I think it's time for us to have a chunk of pepper. Now, it's really hard to identify post-char, you know, what's a Scotch bonnet, what's a ghost pepper, what's a reaper. So I'm just going to take a piece and, you know, take our chances. Oh, man. When you pair it, when you pair it with a fresh or a charred pod like that, it really does take on like a whole new personality, and it brings out the fresh pod flavor that's already in the steak. Put a piece of smoked garlic there, and this one, just because we got the little tip intact still, that's a reaper. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bite of roasted and lightly smoked garlic, Wagyu, and charred Carolina Reaper. This is like super delicious, dude. If you're wondering what you should do with your next bone-in Wagyu ribeye from when you bought 250 pounds of beef, might I suggest Exhorresco marinade, Yellowbird ghost pepper condiment marinade. Bag it up with some Superhot. And cook it outside among nature. Oh man, it builds up a fair bit. So it's a really good burn. Really good steak. I like ribeyes because they're a little challenging. In terms, you get a whole variance of texture. But man, I'm in heaven right now. This is such a delicious flavor. What a great idea. You know, sometimes I have these ideas and they turn out to maybe not be the smartest thing in the world. Like doing a shot of habanero tequila, for example. But sometimes they turn out to be pretty good. And this one, man, this is delicious. If you're a chili head, it'll give you what you want. A pretty good burn, but it won't kill you. Non-chili head, this will be tough to sit and eat, I think. It just means you don't have to share. How awesome is that? So yeah, thanks for watching Chili Chunn. Please click subscribe. Stick with us for the rest of Laborfest, and long after that, for future explorations of the chili head space. And click like if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell. You'll be notified every time we tie on a little bit of a chili head experience. But yeah, I appreciate you watching, dude, and wish you could come and have a bite of this steak with me, because it's pretty dang good, I got to tell you. So if you're on the fence about whether or not to do this, get off the fence, do it, and I'll see you next time on Chili Chunn.